Children, stay at home, stay safe and healthy. So the last unit of the third chapter, Newton's laws of motion, that is gravitation. Now, what is gravitational force? Any two body in the universe attract each other with a force that is known as gravitational force. I repeat, any two bodies in the universe attract each other with a force that is known as gravitational force. Alright. Now, if you consider, now according to Newton, if you consider that there are 2 point masses or two bodies having masses m1 and m2, and suppose they are separated by a distance r, then according to Newton's laws of gravitation, the gravitational force acting between the two bodies, it is directly proportional to the product of the two masses when the distance of separation between them is constant. And according to Newton's law of gravitation, the gravitational force acting between the two bodies, it is inversely proportional to square of the distance between the two bodies when m1 and m2 are constant. So if you combine these two, you can write it as m1 m2 divided by r square. So F will be some constant into this constant we denote it by capital G, big G. I repeat, it is very important. You should not use small g, it is capital G, and capital G is known as universal gravitational constant. Alright, what is the name of capital G? Universal gravitational constant. Regarding capital G, the first point you must remember is that the value of G does not depend on anything. It does not depend on the mass of the two bodies. It does not depend on the size and shape of the two bodies. It does not depend the distance between the two bodies. Alright, it does not depend what is the nature of the medium where the bodies are kept. It means what? If you keep the two bodies in air, if you keep the two bodies in liquid, in gas, wherever you keep, if there is an electric field, if there is a magnetic field, whatever be the condition, the value of G is always constant. That's why it is known as universal. The term universal is coming, that's why. Okay, so it is known as universal gravitational constant. Now, next point regarding G, I have not written this, I have said verbally, you must note it down in the notebook. Alright, regarding the gravitational G, what I said, that why it is known as universal constant. Okay, now next point is coming, very important point. What is the value of capital G? Value of capital G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square kg to the power minus 2. So this is the most frequently asked topic. Okay, what is the value of G and what is its SI unit? I have written it together. What is the value of G? 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. And what is the unit of G? Here you see from this relation you are getting G is equal to Fr square divided by m1 into m2. So what is the SI unit of force? Newton. SI unit of length, meter. So it is Newton meter square divided by kg square. So it is n meter square kg to the power minus 2. Now you know that what is the according to Newton's law, what is the force acting between two bodies? As I said, G into product of mass of the two bodies divided by distance square. Alright. Now here you see what I have taken. I have taken earth and any object. Alright. So you see the mass of the earth I have denoted here by big M, and small m is the mass of any other body considered. Alright. So you see, according to Newton's law, earth also attracts any body by the gravitational force. So here this F represent the gravitational force exerted by earth on a body. So you see what that one you can write it as big G, big M is the mass of earth, small m is the mass of the body taken, divided by, look at it, R is what? The distance between the center of earth and the position of the body. Is that clear? Now, again, if I apply the concept of Newton's second law of motion, force acting on a body, you can write it as mass into acceleration. Alright. So in this case, when it is gravitational force, then according to Newton's second law, you can write it as mass into acceleration. So here you see mass of the body is small m, and we denote here the acceleration by small g. Small g is the acceleration produced within the body due to gravitational force exerted by earth. Alright, so that's why small g is known as acceleration due to gravity. Is that clear? So that's why in the previous relation, as I said, that this g should be written as big G. Big G is universal gravitational constant, whereas small g is acceleration due to gravity. And you see here, if you compare these two relation, mm you can get cancelled, so you can write small g is equal to gm divided by r square. Just look at the diagram once again. R is the distance between the center of the earth and the body. Now, suppose you have taken the body on the surface of the earth. Alright. You have taken where the body on the surface of earth. Then you see what will be the expression for small g. It will be gm divided by, if you consider big R be the radius of earth, then the expression for small g will become gm by r square. So this is the expression on the surface of the earth. Clear to everybody what I said? Now here another point regarding small g, you must remember that if you consider earth, then on the surface of earth the value of g is maximum. But if you go above the surface of the earth, means if you are going to the higher altitude, or if you are going inside earth, then value of g decreases. So write down this point. I am saying it verbally, you must write it down. Okay, means what you must write, if the value of g decreases with altitude, and inside the earth also value of g decreases. Okay, then next point, at the center of earth the value of g is 0. Alright, at the center of the earth, what is the value of g? Value of g is equal to 0. So all these points regarding the value of g you must remember, and remember that value of g on the surface of earth, it is 9.8 meter per second square. Clear to everyone? So concept of gravitational force, Newton's law of gravitation. So what is Newton's law of gravitation? Statement. I have not told it separately, so that's why I am telling it. Newton's law of gravitation, that any two body in universe attract each other with a force which is directly proportional to the product of the mass of the two bodies and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two bodies, and the force acts along the line joining the center of the two bodies. This is the statement of the Newton's law of gravitation. Now, from Newton's law of gravitation, one can write what is the concept of weight. Everybody knows that what is weight? Weight is the force exerted, weight of a body is the force experienced by a body exerted on it by earth. Alright? Or we say this way, for what is weight? Weight is the force by which earth pulls a body towards its center. That is known as the weight of the body. So you must write down what is the definition of the weight of the body. What I said, what is weight of the body? Weight of the body is the force by which earth pulls the body towards its center. So you see, weight you can write it as, just now we have seen that what is the force, gravitational force exerted by earth on a body? It is given by m into g. So what is the expression for weight of a body? Expression for weight of a body is given by mass into the value of g. Is that clear? What is the expression for weight of a body? Mass into value of g. So the next question will arise, what is mass? What is mass? Mass is amount of matter present in the body. Clear? Now here girls, I have not written the definition of weight and mass here, but verbally I have said, so you must write it down in the study material notebook. Alright, so weight, again I am defining what is weight. Weight of a body is the force by which earth pulls the body towards its center. Alright, or simply you can write weight of a body is the gravitational force exerted by earth on the body. Any way you can write. Alright, then next is what is mass of a body. Mass is amount of matter present in the body. What is mass? Mass is amount of matter present in the body. So you know that amount of matter present in the body, it has no direction. So what kind of quantity mass is? Mass is a scalar quantity. And what is the SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass is kg. Whereas what is the SI unit of weight? SI unit of weight, as it is the first, it is Newton. Now, the most important point regarding weight is, you see, weight is equal to mass into g. So, weight of a body, it depends on the value of g. That's why in the previous one, I just said that on which factor or how the value of g changes. Alright, so here you see weight is m into g. So what I said, that on the surface of earth, the value of g is maximum. Is that clear? And what is its value? 9.8 meter per second square. If you go to the higher altitude, alright, then what will happen to the value of g? Value of g will decrease if you go to the higher altitude from this place. Clear? So what will happen to the weight of the body? Weight of the body will decrease. Again, if you go inside the earth, then what happens to the value of g? Value of g decreases. So from the earth surface, if you go inside the earth, then what will happen to your weight? The weight will decrease. Then, if you come to the center of the earth, what is the value at the center of the earth? Value of g is 0 at the center of the earth. So, anybody goes to center of earth, what will be the weight of the body? It is an important question. The weight of the body of that particular body will be 0 at the center of the earth. Next important topic for your exam is the differences between mass and weight. Alright. So, I am summarizing all first. First point is mass is the amount of matter present in a body, whereas weight is the gravitational pull exerted by earth on the body. Clear? Second point, mass is a scalar quantity and weight is a variable quantity. Third point, mass is a constant quantity. Alright, suppose you are on Dhanbad, then you have gone to Everest. Alright, what will happen to your mass? Mass will remain the same. So, mass is a constant quantity. But if you do this, then what will happen to the weight of your body? The weight of your weight on Dhanbad will be greater than your weight on Everest. Alright, why? It is at higher altitude. Higher altitude, value of g decreases. So, your weight will decrease. So, weight is a variable quantity. It changes from place to place. And SI unit of mass is kg and SI unit of weight is Newton. Mass is measured by physical balance or beam balance, whereas weight is measured by spring balance. Next is gravitational unit of force. Now, gravitational unit of force we define using the formula W equal to mg. I hope you can remember how we define the units of force Newton dyne by using the formula F is equal to m into a. Like that, here gravitational unit of force we define by using this formula, that weight of a body is m into g. Alright. Now, first thing, CGS unit of gravitational unit of force is GF or gram weight. Alright, gram weight generally it is written like this. Some book they use this and some book they use this one. But both represent the same thing. Gram force or gram weight. We read it as gram force but we write it as GF. Clear? Now, what is the definition of GF? It is nothing but weight of 1 gram of mass on earth. Alright. What is GF? 1 GF is weight of 1 gram of mass on earth. Clear? Means if you take a body of mass 1 gram, then its weight is equal to 1 GF. Clear? So you see, what is the relation between 1 GF and dyne? You know that W is equal to m into g. Clear? When the force W is 1 GF, then m is 1 gram. Now, what is the value of g? 980 centimeter per second square. So, you see, gram into centimeter per second square is nothing but dyne. So what is the relation you are getting? 1 GF is equal to 980 dyne. Is that clear? This is the important relation. Then next one is SI unit of gravitational force. SI gravitational unit of force is kgf, or you can write it as kilogram weight. So you see, exactly in the same manner of GF, how you can write what is 1 kgf? 1 kgf is the weight of a body of 1 kg mass. Is that clear? On Earth. Why I am saying on Earth? Because if you go to some other planet, then the planet will exert on you different amount of gravitational pull. Then the value of G will change. Value of weight will change. Alright. So here 1 kgf, when we are writing 1 kgf is the weight of a body of 1 kg mass on Earth. This on Earth you must mention. Is that clear? Now here you see 1 kgf, and what is the relation between 1 kgf and dyne then? 1 kgf and Newton. So what is the relation between 1 kgf and Newton? Then 1 kgf, when you are writing, again you will use the formula W equal to m into g. So when the force is 1 kgf, what is the value of the mass? 1 kg. Alright. Then what is the value of g? In SI unit, 9.8 meter per second square. So you see what you are getting, 1 kgf is equal to 9.8 Newton. This is a very important relation. Now what are the expected questions on this topic? This gravitational unit of force is the most important one. That you will get this way: state the absolute unit of force and gravitational unit of force in SI system. Alright, note down the question what I said. State absolute unit of force and gravitational unit of force in SI system. Alright, and find the relation between them. Clear? So, what is the absolute unit of force? Absolute unit of force is Newton. So, what should be your answer? Absolute unit of force is Newton in SI system. Gravitational unit of force is kgf in SI system. Alright. Then these two steps you will write. That 1 kgf is 1 kg into 9.8 meter per second square. So 1 kgf is 9.8 Newton. Alright. So that is the end of this chapter. So whatever topic I said important for your board exam, kindly put mark properly on the study material notebook and learn it and prepare the entire chapter. Thank you, children.